Soon begin compensating people who were wrongfully imprisoned. Starting January 1st, a new bipartisan law will provide financial payments along with access to services. However, the program is set to expire in 2027 unless lawmakers secure long-term funding. So breaking down this new law, we have Republican State Representative Kyle Powell with us. You sponsored this legislation.
I did.
Yeah, so tell us about it and why you felt it was so important.
We've got the rule of law, and the rule of law holds us all accountable, including institutions. We're imperfect, we make lots of mistakes, and so does government, especially sometimes when they're issuing justice. So we also have mercy. When we fail, we'd all like to have that opportunity over again. So this is just a bill that allows the state and counties to be accountable for misconduct or oversight or injustice in any form, and give those who went to prison wrongfully a right to start their lives over again.
You've got kind of a personal connection here because you worked inside of these prisons for what, years? And so you really got to hear people's stories. Yeah. Were there stories in particular that really launched you really tackling this effort and making this happen in Arizona? Yeah.
I've heard more stories of suffering and hardship and pain and misery than you'd want to. I've been doing this for 14 years. Yeah. It was a privilege and an honor to go out to the prison and to visit with men who make mistakes, serious mistakes, and we're not condoning the mistakes. But in visiting with them, there are always those who have a story that just seems to grab your heart. Yeah. And when they are there, and after you get to know the men well enough, you really know who's telling the truth and who isn't. Yeah. Now, they're good at lying, and they're good at deception, and they're good at manipulation. You just have to be very discerning. But there are those, and those are the ones that we were trying to help.
Right, because like you mentioned, you know who is being sincere, and you know, like you mentioned, if something goes wrong, everyone has to be accountable for that, including our institutions. Yeah. So this is an opportunity, could be for them to start over again, and that would be with some compensation. So how is that going to work exactly? All
right, so if you go to prison in a certain year, the median income wage that year, they could have earned that or more, right? We took that away from them. We took away everything. You can't replace what you took away. The least we can do is to give back twice what they could have earned. So if they could have earned 60, then let's give them 120. They could have gone to college. They could have gotten education. Their income could have gone up. Let's do all we can to repair the damage that we did. It's really important. And that enables them to become as productive in society, and that's where we want them. Now let's remember, these are not felons we're helping. These are victims. And this is really important that everybody remember. Yeah. And we fight this labeling all the time. When somebody goes to prison, they're labeled a felon. Right? If they're innocent, they're not a felon. They're the victim. So don't we all want to help victims?
Well, and that's my next question here. What if someone listening has a loved one or a family member, or they think this law is going to apply to me or someone that I know? What are they supposed to do come January 1st? What's the process look like?
Well, publications like this, promotion, the Arizona Justice Project, the nonprofit organization that brought it to me, that's where they begin. Okay. They just need to go to the Arizona Justice Project. They're there, they're willing to help them. So anybody feels like they qualify, let them make an application.
Yeah. Here's the thing, it's not just that compensation, right? You're going to be offering other resources like counseling too. And can you tell me some of the other resources they'll be able to get? All
right, so when you go to prison, and I've been in there off and on, like you mentioned, for 14 years, you don't come out without an injury. It is a very, very unsafe place to be. So they get hurt emotionally, physically, and mentally. So when they come out, it would be common to have PTSD. Okay. They need help. They've got to somehow transition from an unsafe environment to what we consider a safe environment. They live in an area where you can't trust anybody or anything. And then we ask them to come back and to trust, and that takes time to process. We want to help them make that transition.
All right, the law goes into effect January 1st, and so thank you so much for kind of breaking down exactly what this means for all of Arizona. We really appreciate your time.